Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Silver 5150, and I'm here with Silver Joker.
How you doing, everybody?
All right, guys, and we're here with a little bit on some of the new offerings that are going on out there. If you guys haven't been aware, there's a new 2021 Silver Britannia that is destined to break a lot of the design rules. And of course, we've got the new 2021 American Silver Eagle coming up that is pretty much the center of controversy in the coin world right now. And so, I'm looking and I'm going, I've got some money and I have a decision to make. Do I go for the huge change in posterity with the American Silver Eagle, despite what can be argued as a limited design in its aesthetics, or the Britannia, where they've gone the opposite direction? They've really gone on out with textures and all these different things to try to give it some more pizzazz. Where do you put your money there, Silver Joker?
Well, I'm going to definitely get the Britannia. I mean, there's no question about that. Just because it's a beautiful coin. And right now they have them pretty affordable. I mean, if this is coming from a Royal Mint, J.M. Bullion have them at, and I won't say the price because there's issues with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's priced right for, the premiums the way they are today. So I'm definitely going to get that. And I am definitely going to get the Eagle simply because, it's an Eagle.
Right. And that's the thing, and it could be a matter of patriotism for you. It could be a matter of just, stacking history and stacking pedigree. But when you have something as seminal as a sovereign coin, as supposedly the Mercedes, or arguably the premier coin, silver coin in the world, and you have a change that happens in a 35-year period, you kind of don't want to miss that. Regardless of what your misgivings are about, the coin, the location, and the story behind it, you really want to be a part of that.
Right. I would say the same thing. And, I'll tell you this about that new Eagle design. I'm glad that they changed it. I am absolutely grateful that they changed that because, since 1986, they haven't done a thing with it. I mean, they've done the enhanced proofs and the reverse proofs and those kind of things, which are nice. I applaud them for that. But the Eagle design hasn't really changed in all those years. So I applaud them for doing that, but I just think they could have put a little more pizzazz in it. I think this is going to hit with a thud.
It's going to hit with a thud because you think about it, you do the contrast between the two. From 2020 on back to 1986, what do you have? You have on the front side, you have the Walking Liberty with a sunset. She's carrying a wreath, and you have all this other activity going on there in the front with the lettering and stuff. Whereas with the 2021, it's almost like they put more accent on the outside lettering, on the ringed lettering there on the fringe of the coin than they did, to the interior, or about the same amount. And then, of course, on the backside of the pre-2021 Eagles, you have plenty of things going on with the Eagle, with his wings out and all the stars and all that stuff. And it gives it a really heavy sense of officialdom. It kind of projects power in its image when you think about it versus, say, the new one.
I'm going to have them because, I have all the Eagles. I have a set of Eagles. So this 2021, I'll have to have to complete my set.
They're at the Mint, they were at a crossroads as, wondering if they should even make the change because it had been so long in circulation that people had kind of gotten comfortable in it, kind of like an old sweater or something. Right. And didn't know if they wanted to do something radical. The thing is if you decide to upset the apple cart to that degree, at that stage, you really need to make it count. And I feel like they didn't do that this time.
I don't want to knock the Eagle because it's still the most collectible silver bullion coin in the world. There's no question about that. But I just think they could have done a little bit better job. I mean, I'll tell you what I do like about the coin. I like the full-faced eagle. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm not too thrilled about the eagle with the wings out.
Yeah. Yeah. But, let's keep in mind that, a lot of times you can look in on some of the websites, where they're selling things and stuff. For example, there's a couple of big retailers out there that have the Superman coin still available from 2016. And if you look at them, they have a very kind of matte appearance in the photograph. Okay. Yet, you get them in real life and they just knock your socks off. We could be dealing with something like that here. Mostly what we have is renderings. We don't really have a finished product to look at. So when you look at the contour lines of these new Eagles, you're sitting there going, well, that's great penmanship. But, what is the actual effect in the form of silver? Will it have an impact? I just don't think it's possible, even in very fine silver, 3/9 fine silver, that those contours or those designs are going to be able to be filled in by that medium, by the silver. Just like with everything else, and I hate to say this, because I work for the federal government, and I've seen over the years things they've done to cut corners and save money, and I'm afraid that might be one of those programs.
Well, I would not doubt it at all. The thing is, though, I think what it is they got so many comments and so much grief about not changing it, that their motivation this time was just to change it, not so much to try to get the wow factor, like so many other mints and around the world are doing. I think they just said, okay, we've got to change it. The people that buy these want them changed, so let's just change it. But I think they could have done a little bit more. They could have put a little more effort into the wow, look what they done thing.
And I think a lot of that could have been achieved with backgrounds. On the backside, the position of the eagle is not the best, but, there's still the stars there and stuff. But, from an artist's perspective, and I do a little bit of art myself, there is a lot of missed canvas back there that could really have used some kind of accents or some kind of, a background design. Right. I think it would have been huge. But you know what? Let's just, for the benefit of the doubt, of the mint, let's just give them the opportunity to present their offering and see if it has the impact that we think it lacks. We really won't know until we see the real thing. And so, here's my plea to the mint, as if someone from the mint will be listening to this program. You never know, though. You never know.
That's right.
We for whatever reason we have a lot of appeal, and so maybe that audience reaches to that sector. But understand that the other global sovereign mints are not going to lie idle. They're coming for that design title. They want to hold the title of premier sovereign coin around the world, and they're definitely going to have their design teams working overtime.
I'll tell you what, that new Britannia
it's unbelievable. It took the world by storm. I mean, the thing is 10-ounce bars up until here recently, when of course a lot of their independent mints and private mints were making these theme bars, like Silver Game of Thrones has a lot of different theme bars out there, and you can see they're all available, samurais and stuff. That Britannia bar, it was the first attempt at the Royal Mint, and boy, they went, okay, is there anything else we can do? Okay, let's go ahead and release it. And you look, and it's just got something for everyone on it.
Yeah.
So with that as the standard bearer for a sovereign bar, versus say the Royal Canadian Mint bar, which has all this other stuff. When it comes to the coins, the United States, who does not produce a sovereign bar, by the way.
No, they don't.
Okay. They really need to try to keep that market cornered with the coins, and so let's hope they haven't dropped the ball on that.
Well, I'd like to see. I can't really tell from the picture that I see here. Does that Britannia bar? Does that have the reeded edge?
No, Britannia bars do not have reeded edges. They're flat.
Right. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure. I mean, I don't think I have any Britannia bars at all. I have plenty of coins.
Okay, now do we need to declare that your stack might be a little whack, or is it something going to work on?
Okay, only if you concede that your stack is whack without 90%.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. This is something you're going to hear here on this channel, this podcast right now.
Okay.
If you get a 10-ounce Britannia bar, I will trade you the equivalent in 90% silver.
Weight or face? See,
smart
I would prefer
man.
weight.
Very smart man.
I would prefer weight.
Yeah, we're playing chess here, folks. This is not checkers. This is chess.
This is it. I mean, the thing is,
I moved my queen up there on purpose, and you just didn't take the bait.
That'll be down the road. Maybe it'll be one of these great poker tournaments that I foresee you holding and stuff. Look, you can't have a name like Silver Joker without having some kind of.
I thought I gave a lot of thought to that little trap there, and it just didn't work out.
No adhesion at all.
Okay, well that's okay. I'm gonna get some of these bars anyway. And I hope that you would get some 90% silver. You need some. I am
on the hunt for 90% silver, dimes in particular. I guess these are going to be pre-1965. And I've even had a couple of offers in the community. And I appreciate you guys for wanting to exchange with me some Valcambi grams for those 90% dimes. I'll consider that, or I might just go after, a bag of face myself. And then, of course, have it on the show for you to view.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. And I'm gonna be on you about that, man. You need to get you some, because you know what? I'm going to tell you this, and I know I don't want to say this lightly because I know how important this is too, but as far as I'm concerned, you don't want your stack to be whack. And right now it's not whack.
Right.
It's not whack. But
Okay.
if you continue to neglect the 90%, the constitutional, or dare I say junk silver, your stack is getting close to whack hood.
Whack hood. That's not a very whackness.
Whackness.
Yes, because
okay, let's go with whackness.
All right, with whackness. Okay, and
Yeah,
so I
'cause-
don't want to have any kind of silver gap at all, and I certainly don't want to be whacked. So I'm going to go ahead, and if that closes the door and pretty much ends all arguments about the condition of my stack, I will make that happen. I do not want to be that one guy that shows up at one of Fred's resorts and not have 90%.
Don't drag out that sawed up coin and one dime like you did before.
Hey,
How much,
P.T. Barnum used that coin himself back in 1937.
how much 90% silver did you have?
90%? I think it was like half an ounce.
That's still, come on.
Right, now people understand what's going on here. You cannot choose your family. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And because you can't choose your family, you are subject to abuse like this. So I cannot let this continue. I cannot let it stand. I have to get 90%.
There you
What
go.
say you?
That's very, it's a very
Because
easy
if I
thing to do.
don't, this will not cease.
It will not cease, and it will spill out into the audience like it's doing now.
And I won't be able to go out in public.
You won't be able to go out in public, and the audience here who are listening to us right now, they're siding with me. I could hear them out there siding with me. They're saying, Silver Joker's right.
My ears are
Silver
burning.
5150 should have some 90% silver in his stack to not drift over into whackness.
Into whackness. And it's another way to look at it too, is I would rather have 90% silver now than free eggs thrown at me later.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, like you said,
want to
you
suffer
can't be
consequences.
fan. But anyway, but it's very important. I mean, you recognize that it is very important. I mean, I know you have the fractional. You showed your your grams, and then you showed your half ounces, and you showed your eagles. All that stuff is great. That's good. I like that. But you also need 90% silver, because I'm telling you something. You're gonna be glad you got 90% silver in your stack,
Right.
when the time comes to need it, and that's
Absolutely,
a whole
people.
nother podcast. We're getting off the subject here, so I think this is a good time to end this podcast. So, we love you guys. We got to keep the positive energy flowing. That's so important, and I love to read that. It motivates me. It motivates Silver 5150 to continue to connect with you guys and give you what you ask for. So,
Absolutely.
having said that, let's just keep the silver train rolling.
And remember, guys, your stack is not whack, and it only 15 ounces to your name. Even if that 15 ounces doesn't have 90% silver in it yet, keeps you 99% ahead of the game.
That is absolutely true. So, keep stacking, everybody. Peace.